Well, hello. Welcome to Half-Ass Sports Center. The Solheim Cup has come and gone, and Europe gets enough to retain the cup at 14 points apiece. Uh, Europe played well. The U.S., after the first round, had a 4-0 lead. They swept the four ball, and Europe fought back. And after the second day, they were tied with 8 points apiece. It was beautiful. And then we had, oh yes, since they tied at 14 apiece, the Golf Channel showed Lexi Thompson once shanking the ball on 18. I guess it was Leona Maguire, somebody else, Lexi Thompson, and I forget who her playing partner was. 18 was a par 5. Maguire hit the green, spun it back, and then parked herself in front. It rolled off the green, so she had about a 30-foot chip. Lexi Thompson, pin high in the rough, 20 feet away from the pin. Maguire drains the 30-yard shot. All Lexi Thompson had to do was get up and down to tie her and half a point. Instead, she shanks it, and it rolls like 50 yards away because they've trimmed the hill at the side of the green smoother than a Brazilian bikini wax, and this ball just kept going and going. So Thompson ends up chipping it and parks it to 2 feet, and it ended up being a tie because Thompson lost that match to Maguire and her partner. And if she had just chipped it and then made birdie, they would have the hole, and it would have been the U.S. would have retained the cup. And I guess it's just, I'm calling it the shank that was heard around the world. Reporters after the round went to Thompson and said, "What about the shank?" And she's like, "No comment." I'm like, "Come on, you shanked the shot. You're professional. Live up to it. You could just tell me it was a tough chip shot or something like that. You shanked it. I'm glad you shanked it because you play like I do. I've hit shanks. I'm sure everybody's hit shanks, but it was awesome to see the U.S. not win the Solheim Cup. It was beautiful." And then, of course, the controversy is, oh, it's a tie, and Stacey Lewis is like, oh, it shouldn't be a tie. We need to win. La la this and la la that. No, it's a tie. Retaining the cup. End of story. That's the way it works. A tie's a tie. You got to outright win. End of story. So the U.S. is all mad. But all the matches went down to holes 17 and 18. There were a couple of blowouts, but they all went down right to the last hole. It was good. I'm glad. It was close. U.S. should be proud of themselves that they lost. They should be proud that they tied it. Next week's the Ryder Cup. So we got the men's going to play. Hopefully the same result happens as the U.S. wins, because I don't think the U.S. men's picked the best 12. End of story. And on a side note, the NFL was played today. Did anybody watch the Miami-Denver game? Miami scored 70. That's right, 70 points against Denver. Denver scored 20. That is the second highest point total since 1966. Washington Redskins scored 72 in 1966. Miami had a chance to beat that record with a minute to go on a 26-yard. They could have kicked a field goal to get 73, but the coach decided to take a knee instead. Now, if it was me, it's for the record. I would have booted the field goal, taken the 73. But that's me. You want to be in the record book. Anyway, 70-20. Yeah, What a game. I would have loved to have been at that game because that's what I like, high scoring games, no matter what the situation is. Anyway, that's it for Half-Ass Sports Center. Solheim Cup. Europe wins. I guess they're playing next year in Washington, D.C. I guess they want to get back to the even years instead of the odd years. So same captains are playing. Hopefully the European win it. By the way, Europe has won it 3 times in a row. They've maintained the cup 3 times in a row. Hopefully they hold it for the 4th. But that's it. Ryder Cup's next week. And I've got some days off. I'll be watching the Ryder Cup for sure. Anyway, that's it for Half-Ass Sports Center, live from just outside the Poo Slough. The water's low, so I'm not in a kayak because the seaweed's like literally at the top of the water. No boats are out there because the seaweed gets caught in the motors. So there's just like paddle boarders. Plus it's cloudy and it's 19 degrees out here. Anyway, that's it. Yeah. So, till we meet again, Half-Ass Sports Center, out.